Hey, what's up guys? So yeah, it's kind of been a while since I've done my last reviews. Well, it's been a while since I've done anything on my channel for a while, I guess. A couple weeks I think it has been. And I've been up to a lot of things. I've been watching Daredevil. I just saw Batman vs Superman last night. I've been trying to keep track of my shows. I'll be finishing them up tomorrow and Saturday and tomorrow and Sunday. So I'm gonna try and get them out as quickly as possible because I have only a few more days left for spring break and then I gotta go back to school. But I will be ready. And so we're gonna talk about the two latest episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this video right here. So we're gonna talk about the Inside Man. Now, the Inside Man was an interesting episode that I really did like, and it brought back some old characters that we were previously introduced to in season 1 and season 2, which was Colonel Glenn Talbot, which is now he's higher, I believe he's general now, and then Absorbing Man was brought back in. Now, it's a huge explanation as to how did he come back. I don't believe they explain how he came back, but they said in the episode, in that episode that they killed him, that he would be back anyway. So they got obviously, so he did come back, and it was interesting and cool to see that actually happen. And I really like to see that fight between Lincoln and the Absorbing Man was pretty cool. I really did like to see that. Something that about both of these two episodes is the Inhuman fights are becoming a lot more cooler. And even though some of them don't have a lot of them, they are pretty cool. And I'm really looking forward to kind of where things will take off from here. Well, from where they're taking off from. But yeah, the Inside Man was an interesting episode because it is Coulson and Colonel Glenn Talbot bringing this, Talbot bringing up to a group of, say, United Nations kind of sort of thing, that the Inhumans need a separate entity to be alone, or what they should do with the Inhumans, and that's kind of what the whole episode's about. And it's interesting, a lot of things, because the heroes have to make sure that everything, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. have to make sure everything's okay and everything works out correctly. And so, as throughout the course of the episode, things to go for the worst. And Coulson is, by Malik, he is told that Malik tells everybody that's in this council that he is the head of Hydra. And even after they've decided that I'm sorry, I'm just having a brain fart here, that they have a little section in Russia for the Inhumans, and so they decided, this is where it's going to be, and then boom, the twist happens in the episode, which is pretty cool, I had to admit. I really did like it. And moving on to, something interesting I did like to see was Hunter have to deal with the Absorbing Man, and how he kind of reacted towards him. He really had a grudge against him, and you would have a grudge against him, especially because this is the guy that killed both of your best friends, and so he does feel that kind of sentiment. Well, he feels that hate towards this guy. He has that deep hate that he just wants to, he wants to take him down. And it was really very cool to see him actually, kind of try and fight him, but that didn't go so well for Hunter. But yeah, and it was cool to see the twist of Talbot, being the Inside Man who was the traitor, because Gideon Malik has Talbot's son. So it was just like, whoa. Ooh, and and that puts Coulson in a bad spot. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen next? But it was really cool to see that Carter segment. And something I'm gonna say I felt I kind of lacked was the Ward thing. I kind of didn't like that so much, and I know that's a pretty bad thing because you guys know how much I like Ward, but I don't know. I really didn't care for that story arc. There wasn't really a whole lot to it. All he did was kill some people in the end, and he became, normal, pretty much. I would say, he just got goo all over himself. And so, yeah. Now, moving on to, I'd say, the biggest episode of the week, which was Parting Shot. And I think this episode was fantastic. I really did like this episode. It was a really fun action-adventure episode, and I really did like the character development in the episode. And a lot of it was very good, and I'm just going to talk about it right now because I really want to get it out. Bobby and Hunter are no longer on the team because they are, because they can't expose S.H.I.E.L.D., and they were involved in S.H.I.E.L.D., and they were arrested by the Russians so they couldn't be, and so they can't have ties to Shield, but Interpol stepped in and got him saved. And then at the end of the episode, I thought the end of the episode was just fantastic. It tied everything up. I really did love the ending, and it was sad. It honestly was sad, and it does set up for what is going to be their own series, which is Marvel's Most Wanted. And I was hoping, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would end after the season, and then it would pick up for them, after that. But, it'll be cool to see how they operate. And maybe the two shows will cross over, which I'm sure they might do. I'm sure they would do that, it wouldn't, I don't think it would make much sense if it wouldn't. Maybe they'd kind of make it like the Netflix series, they'd have them connect and everything. Because that's kind of what they did for the Agent Carter. They had some aspects in there, and they had, parts of Agent Carter, they didn't have parts of Agent Carter in the show, but Agent Carter showed up in the show, and she, kind of had her, stuff like that. But yeah, it was really interesting. I really did like the episode because, it was also cool to see that Lincoln and Daisy's relationship are kind of sparking, and they're kind of starting to kind of get a little funky, if you know what I mean. But yeah, definitely, I think that these past few episodes have been really good, especially this episode. They've been very strong and very good character driven, and I really did like that because I felt like, especially in this season, it is kind of, a lot of things are happening and a lot of characters are being involved, and so. And we all do like Bobby and Hunter, or at least I do. I know a lot of people do. I thought a lot of positive reactions, from the show came from those two. And it's going to be sad to see them leave, but then, we'll see them come back, which is pretty cool. And it won't be too bad because, they'll only be gone. They won't be gone for that long. So, yeah, guys, I think that's about it. I'm going to give, it was very cool to kind of see the, team actually fight a group, an Inhuman that was kind of hard to beat, and it was interesting to see that outcome that happened. And another thing that I don't like is the flashback scenes. I get it, but it's cool to see, but in this show, it really does go to like 3 hours earlier, and then present day, or something like that. And it's just, I'm getting annoyed by that because it does a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hopefully they can stop that maybe, but it didn't really take me out of the episode or anything, but I'm just, it's just kind of getting kind of old, but, it definitely did not bring the episode down at all. So I definitely think Inside Man is probably a 4.5 out of 5 winks, and then Parting Shot is definitely 5 out of 5. I really did love how it was set up, even though the flashback scenes, the present scenes were kind of just but I really did feel like the ending was pretty good, and it was just. It was sad because Coulson was trying to do everything in his power that he could to get them out, and it didn't work. So it was pretty good. I really did like it, top notch right there. I felt like that was kind of like something that a Flash would do. I felt like it had some good Flash moments, partly in there. But I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the new episode of the Flash yet. So yeah, guys, I'll talk about that later. But I'm gonna talk about the new Star Wars Rebels episode next. And then Daredevil Season 2, and then Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Alright, guys, I'll see you guys later. Joe Wink, go and work it out!